Okay, everyone, welcome to the Amazing Women and Men of Power monthly mastermind. This is the first time in a long, long time. I was trying to think, when did we last have an expert on? I can't remember. But going into the new year, you know me, I'm a big believer in how you in one year is how you go into the next. And so I thought about what I wanted, where I wanted our direction to go for Amazing Women and Men of Power and Radio and National Media Productions, and that is I'm all about helping you guys to really step up and show up big time in the authority world. So on these calls moving forward, it may not be every call, but I'm gonna try to make it for the last one of every month that we will have a guest expert like the amazing expert we have on now. And this is to help you guys grow your business. I've already told you we're setting up a new membership site. You'll find software in there and all kind of learning extra material beyond just my learning, things I've invested in that I'm going to share pieces of it with you. Not all of it, but pieces of it to help you get there and point you in the right direction. So this is all in you guys getting ready to have just the best year ever in 2018. And again, how you in one year is how you start the next. So with that said, let me bring on Jackie Lapin. And as I said earlier, before I remember to record, that she's an author, speaker. She has this amazing community called Conscious Media Relationship. She's going to talk to you about that. And she works with speakers all the time, or aspiring speakers, radio hosts, live streamers, authors, coaches, everybody in our arena. She works with them in making sure that she can provide them with some great tools so that they can get booked. And I know that's why you guys are here, because you talk to me about it all the time. We all want more bookings. And she can help you on radio, podcasts, virtual summits. As I said earlier, shoot for as many of the webcast, no, what do I want to say, telesummits and web summits as you can, because that really explodes you in the area of standing out as a leader, because you're on there with other top experts. I never thought I would be on something with Mari Smith, and I was on with her. So this allows you to leverage from these other names by saying, I was on with Kim, Cole. I was on with Mari Smith. I was on. So the virtual is a great way to do that, and this is an awesome way for you to get booked. So without further ado, if you sit and stand up, and if you stand and sit down, because the lady for the hour, maybe not for the whole hour, but she's going to be here during this hour to help you guys get booked as talk show hosts. So I know you're excited. So Jackie, hold on. I think we got some claps. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Woo! All right, all right. Calm down. Calm down. Hey, Jackie, welcome to the call.
Give a little background. I actually started life as one of the first women sports writers in America. Turned into having a big multinational PR agency. Settled back down into really serving the transformational community, people with a message that changes people's lives. And for the last several years, I've been doing radio media tours, reaching 3,000 personal growth radio shows, 400 health and wellness shows, and 500 podcasters. Yes, Raven's on that list. And so many of them came to me and said, well, can you book us for speaking engagements? And that's how I moved from being just a publicist into somebody that helps and provides the information where you can get booked on speaking engagements, radio shows, podcasts, and virtual summits. And so to get you started, I wanted to give you some ideas of some of the things that you really need to have in place. So when you're pitching yourself to speaker bookers in any of those genres we were just talking about, and this is very common to all the things that you're going to need. So I thought I would do this. You might want to take some notes.
Awesome.
And I'll talk to you a little bit about the way we can get you into people's hands very quickly. So one of the first things that speakers need to have are core assets. In other words, one, you have to have a great website, because today the first thing that happens is that the speaker booker is going to go look at your website. And if you have a 10-year-old website, it's going to tell that person that you are not actually, on top of things. And so if your website doesn't have the horizontal framework and the limited number of words and lots of pictures, you really need to start changing that before you get out and really begin positioning yourself. The next thing that you're going to need is a speaker one sheet. And that is literally a one sheet that really positions you as a terrific expert. And in it are going to be things like your bio and picture, your testimonials, and summaries of the different presentations that you make. It may be one, maybe two, maybe three. With little bullet points of highlights of what are the highlights of those presentations. And you can actually get this all on one page. And make it look really graphically appealing. And actually, I do a training program where I teach people how to do that. But this is really one of the things that you have to have in hand as one of your killer assets. Another thing is when you go to present yourself on your speaker one sheet on your website, you really have to have photos that look like you look now. A little vain, let a few wrinkles. But the truth of the matter is, if you walk into the room appearing differently and with a few more years on you than your photos have, you've created a trust disconnect with the speaker and the audience. So make sure that you go out and you get good new photos taken if you don't have any. And yes, you can touch them up a bit, but you really need to have something that's contemporary. So the next thing you need to have is good video. So if you have done any presenting, or if you're starting to go out and present, you want to get somebody to videotape you. And that videotape really needs to be something that's 3 to 5 minutes of you actually engaging with the audience. It's not you talking to your community on your webpage or on YouTube. It's got to be you actually speaking and engaging with the community. But here's a couple of things. It can't have bad sound and take it from your little cell phone and bad lighting. It's got to look really professional. So if you are going to an event and they're videotaping it, ask them if you can get the video. If not, see if you know somebody inexpensively that can come in and do good video. So that's one of the things that you're going to need when you start pushing yourself forward. And then for the summits and even from the stages, one of the things you want to do is have a great opt-in lure. Some lead generation magnet that's free that's going to get people to want to log into your community in some way, shape, or form. And when you're talking on stage, a lot of times, there's a lot of new technologies that let you do that. You can have people text on their cell phones, and they can get, and then you'll have their information, and you can get them into your community. But you can also do some really simple things like hand out, a little form that they can sign in to get the free object that you're talking about, or have them pass that, and you take their cards. But you really want to have something that's a lure, and certainly that is absolutely critical when you're doing a virtual summit, because virtual summits, by and large, are sometimes you get to sell, and sometimes you're just driving them to a free page, but your virtual summit host is going to want to know if you have that available. So you want to get that in place as well. And the last thing is, if you are an author, you not only want to have that wonderful book of yours, but you want to make sure that you have enough copies before if the speaker booker says to you, I'd love you to show up with 20 copies for our community, we'll pay for them, or they can buy them up to set. But you can't think to yourself, oh, geez, I don't have enough in stock. Now I got to go order them, and it's going to be 4 weeks. So make sure that you have enough books on hand before you start getting out into the speaking world. So those are your killer assets. The next thing that you need to know is if you are going to present yourself to a speaker booker, it's not about you. They don't really care so much about all your credentials. Yes, they do, but that's not number one. Number one is, what problem do you solve for the audience? How are you going to make their lives better? What are you going to do that's going to make them change, heal, and move forward in life? And if you can clearly state that in your speaker one sheet and in the pitch letter that you send them, that's going to get you much farther ahead in getting booked than if you just tell them how wonderful you are. Mm-hmm. So it's really vital that you adhere to that wonderful radio station, WIIFM, What's in It for Me? So keep that in mind when you're doing all your materials and you're presenting the stuff. The next thing you want to really think about is, and this is really key, how are you going to make yourself relevant to that audience? And that's what the speaker booker is really going to be looking for. And so I'm going to give you some questions that you can ask yourself that will help establish what you're going to be telling that speaker booker that's going to appeal to them, that's going to make them excited or really want to have you on the air. So the first one we just talked about is, does it solve a problem for the audience? What is it that's keeping them up nights? And what will be the outcome if they book you? What are they can expect to go away with when they walk away? A new solution for a 6 steps that give them this. They can sleep better at night. They can whatever it might be. So that's one. How do you solve that problem? The next thing, is it the right demographic? Because if you're walking in and pitching yourself to a speaker booker, and they have all millennials, and your content is really more driven for an older, middle-aged audience, then there's going to be a disconnect. So you need to make sure that the booker that you're talking to and the event or program that they're presenting is the right demographic, age, and gender match for you. And there are all kinds of other factors, but those are the key ones. The next thing is your story and their story. Will they relate to your personal story? Is it their story too? You know, somebody that's been physically or sexually abused, talking to that audience who has had that experience is going to be much more well received. Let's say you're talking about PTSD and you've overcome PTSD, or you've had a business that crashed and now you're on the top of the world, your business is doing really well. So if they can identify with your story and they're at the bottom of the heap and you're already on the upswing and you can show them the path, then that they're going to identify with you and the booker is going to book you. The next thing is this the right skill level and match for what this audience wants or needs to learn? My friend Susie Pruden, Straven, I know you know Susie.
Yeah.
The other day, she talked to 3 different groups at the same company. One, and she had a pitch sort of about manifesting and had a senior vision and all of that. And it did really well with the senior executives. When she went to go talk to the people at the middle range who were engineers, they were kind of scratching their head a little bit. But they really didn't fully get it, but they were open to it. By the time she was talking to the people on the oil rigs, I mean, there was absolutely no way they could fathom what she was doing. So you need to make sure that the messaging and the skill set that you're operating or offering is if they're beginners, then it needs to match beginners, because if you try to give the beginners something too advanced, they're going to get lost. And if you try to give the experienced something that are really from your beginning, they're going to fall asleep. So that's got to be a match. The next thing is, does this subject fill a gap in what this booker has presented, or whether it fits a desired theme? When you do summits all the time, they have a theme. And so you want to fit into that theme. And when you're going to conferences a lot of times, annually, that come up again and again, a lot of times they also have a theme. So look to see if you can mold your topic into the theme that they are going to be offering. But there's also a factor that a lot of times speaker bookers, especially if they're booking once a month for a lunch meeting or a lunch and learn or something like that, they hit different topics. But if you can offer something that they haven't already touched on that's perfect for this audience, then you're filling the gap. And that's a good way to get booked. The next thing is, how timely is your topic? Do you have something that really relates to what's going on in the world? Is there something in the news? And of course, in the world that we're living in today, there is so much that is concerning people. And the topic might have something to do with current affairs. It might be seasonal. It might be Halloween or Christmas, or some way you can take advantage, or New Year. Best you kinds of things. If you can make it click in with the seasonal topics, that's a great one. Societal, we talked about how society is changing, and then events, milestones, anniversaries, or People talk about the 30th anniversary of this, or the Vietnam War, or the 50th anniversary of that, or whatever it might be. If you can make your topic timely, then a speaker booker is going to take a good look at you. The next thing is, how hot is it? Right? Do you have something that really everybody wants? Today everybody wants to know about Facebook Live, or whatever your topic might be. Is there something that's really hot that everybody wants to learn about that the bookers are really clamoring to get? So all of those things are factors that are going to help you get booked when you start presenting yourself. So before I start talking about some of the ways that you can find these bookings and all of that, Raven, do you have any questions, or does anybody else have any questions? Was that helpful?
Well, yeah, I definitely want to open up the line for some questions, and it was extremely helpful and extremely on the point. You know, to the point, I should say, and I love that about you. You know, you just kind of give it to us the way we want it, without all the extra stuff that we don't need. So thank you for that. So, okay, I love the fact that you went over what's needed. You know, and I don't know about you guys on the phone, but I was like, oh yeah, at website is needs to be updated. This needs to be on there, because I never really market myself as speakers, and I know a lot of the radio hosts on here, we've gotten speaking engagements, but we've been so busy doing our other coaching or whatever we're really an expert in. That's something that drops the ball, and I would imagine you find that to be quite the case with a lot of people just getting started, huh? When they make that transition.
Right, and
Mm-hmm.
it's true. And one of the things is you really have to commit time to doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it, looking for them on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you how you don't have to look for them on your own.
Yay!
But you really have to, block it in your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Plan at least 3 hours a week to do this every week. Like you put in an appointment, put in your speaker, solicitation time to do that. As I tell people, if you don't take the time, you can't earn the dime.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this: since you brought up time, how much time would you say for someone to be really successful and to be able to move into next year, on top, even though we're way behind? Because technically I know people started booking 3 6 months ago, but I still know that there's still a lot of opportunities out there, maybe not as many. So how much time do we need to put in right now? And maybe if you can kind of transition over to what are some of the really necessary steps beyond what you just told us in order to get booked in the first quarter or second quarter of next year?
Well, and one of those things is, excuse me, is you're absolutely right. You have to plan that anything you're working on now is they're not likely to have openings until after the first of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't start now, then you're going to be looking at March, April, or May before you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, really you should get started as soon as possible, knowing that you're going to be looking out some time in advance. And of course, all this stuff is competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you really need to make sure that when you're getting in front of them, that you got, that you're really got your materials together and you look sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So as we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the things that I'm going to tell you about, one of the things you could do is start asking your friends of opportunities they might know of and organizations that they belong to.
Yeah.
That's a great way. And then look at the organizations that you already belong to. And if they happen to have chapters or meetings or, there's a lot of ways that you may not even realize, or conferences that you've been to in the past, or meetings, and you've listened to other people. Those are great opportunities to start pitching yourself. So, look at the low-hanging fruit, the stuff that's already around you,
Mm-hmm.
and keep in mind that obviously people who know you are more inclined to open the doors for you. So start locally, where you have opportunities that you can start building and do well with, because you don't want to start at the very top, going for 500-seat audiences and things like that. Because what's going to happen is, without a track record, you're probably going to get rejected in the very beginning, and you don't want to build up that kind of negative feeling. You want to come in confident because you've got some bookings at the local level. Go out there, begin testing your signature speech, see how well it works, make those
Mm-hmm.
adjustments, and then you can start working up to the bigger stuff. So, and one of the things that, we talk about is it's very important to start with what you would call speak to enroll or speak to sell environments, because when you try to start getting the paid engagements, those kinds of people are going to have very high expectations. They're going to look for a big track record, and a lot of times too, the fees there are limited. You can only make so much, but if you know how to really present yourself well and get people engaged with you, you can actually make a lot more money with the speak to enroll environments. And if your goal is to get people to come to your events or to come to your radio shows, the local stuff is a great way to get started. So that's, I think, Raven, was that some of the stuff that you were
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, that absolutely was. Great job. Okay, so we got some work to do, but there's still possibility of, and basically, I think you said the best thing, and that's how I always kind of got started too, was, just who do you know? Ask people, hey, I'm looking, and I'm a big believer, and you feel free to chime on this, but all of the hosts know that, I'm a big believer in whatever you're expecting in life, you got to just put it out there in the universe. Really. You got to start telling people, even though you're not ready, just say, hey, I'm excited about what's to come, and I'm gearing up. I'm working on a personal project where I'm going to get out there and do more speaking. I'm going to still speak behind the mic with my awesome radio show. I'm going to add live stream to it. And I decided that I'm going to go play full out in the speaking arena. Who do you know? Who do you know that does their own events that might be looking for a speaker for, I started out, to be honest, Jackie, with 5 minutes. I remember, I think it was RV Robinson, I had just came to LA from Houston, and I met her at somebody else's event. We connected, and I told her, hey, I'm just getting here. I really want to get my foot in the door for speaking. And she said, well, I don't have a speaking event, but I would love for you to MC me. I'm doing a speaking event next week. We got our speakers, but why don't you MC? And then I think something may have happened to where once I got there, she went on and gave me 5 minutes, like after lunch or whatever. So can you kind of speak on the fact, because a lot of people don't realize that when you get a 5 or 10 minute, that can be a huge opportunity for you and how you can leverage from it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm actually going to be doing one in 2 weeks with Debbie Allen.
Yay.
And what I'm doing, you really want to start with some way to engage the audience. Say, ask them a question
Mm-hmm.
about, would you like, my opening line is, would you like more speaking engagements? Would it help you to have more visibility? And then I go into what's my solution to that.
Mm-hmm.
Speakers or people, transformational leaders are so busy doing all of their own work that they don't have time to go out and start looking for their speaking engagements. So I've done it for them. And in 5 minutes, I've wrapped up and I've started to tell them about Speakertunity, which was what we were going to be talking about here too. And I got to tell you, if you do it right, you're going to have people running to the back of the room. I had 10 minutes in Orlando in front of 350 people, and I had people run into the back of the room to get into my Speakertunity program because I was able to show them the value.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you need to do. You need, whatever you got, 5-10 minutes, you need to show them the value of what you bring that they can't do themselves. And so yes, a 5 to 10 minute is, it may not be that long teaching program where you get to value to people first and then start selling them on the program, which is what usually a 60-minute presentation is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an out-and-out sales pitch, but it needs to be nice. And sometimes you might even be offering one tip and then get into your sales. Hey, let me give you one thing that you really need to know about, and now let me tell you about what I have. So, that absolutely you can take advantage of smaller engagements.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's open up the line for some questions. You guys, if you're muted, it's *1 to come back on. And the first person that says their name, we can take about 3 questions, and then Jackie has put something special together. She's going to tell you about it. And then tomorrow we're going to send out the replay sometime tomorrow. So look for the replay. And up under the replay will be a special link that you can go to get the information she's talking about today. So that will come tomorrow. So who has a question? Okay, Anna, we can hardly hear you. Yeah, I can hardly hear you. Can you get closer to the mic? Okay, that's the Anna I know and love. Hey, Anna.
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
Good.
I have to just tell you that this is amazing because we have a, well, I'll ask the question, give a little background. We have a women's seminar that we do here locally. It's put on by one of the government agencies. And I had approached this one guy, said I introduced myself that I'm speaking. Guy said, oh, we'd love to have you on the committee. So I joined the committee, and turns out they have 2 keynote speakers that they had already picked out, and they're going to do some breakout sessions. How can I offer myself? I mean, he knows that I speak. What I need to do to get to where I can be one of the speakers, maybe in a breakout or something like that for the event.
Well, you know, there's a terrible time, most people think, that most speakers don't want, because it's right after lunch, because people are still...
That's my favorite time. Yep.
And it's a perfect time.
Yep.
They want to give us something, you know, so people don't want it willingly, so volunteer for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and show them how great you are the first time around, and then next time, then you'll have your pick of spots.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good. Because at first I saw, like I've done emceeing as well, and somebody already said, oh, I love to do it, and they said, oh, yeah, you've done so great, and they gave it to her right off the bat, and I thought, well, I didn't want to push my way in.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be gracious, but I want to be one of the speakers.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand around and wait to be invited.
That's right.
Tell you when everything's booked, then say, look, I'll stand in for anybody if somebody has a reason not to come. Okay. But absolutely say, hey, if you really, you know, if you don't have anybody that's really happy about you taking a spot after lunch, let me have it.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just be bold. Don't be afraid to be bold. Just step out there and let your gut lead you. Always, I don't know how you feel about that, Jackie. I'm really have tapped into my inner voice, and it always moves me when it's the right time and what to say. And then look for opportunities. That's what I've learned to do. I look for opportunities. So even though I may have been hired for this, or somebody may have given me a free opportunity for this, I'm looking for whatever else I can come in and do. Sometimes as radio host, one of the things you can do, if you don't see they have a lot of video equipment in there, what I do, and this really helps me, is I, tell them, say, hey, my battery's fully charged. I love to walk around and get a good dozen testimonials about how awesome your event. Would you be open to me doing that? And I can send you over the video. And they, so just look for little opportunities that you can do. And don't forget, interviewing them is ahead of time. When you find out about their event, interview them in front of your people. Just keep servicing, and in whatever way that's not going to take you too much out your way. Okay. Awesome. Anyone else have a question? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We got about 5 more minutes. And remember, if you're trying to unmute, hit *1 to unmute. That should work. If you have a problem, I don't know, some people, I got a couple messages where people are saying that they're trying it to mute, and it should be *1. *1 to unmute, and then *1 to mute in. Anyone else? Well, Jackie, let's roll into what I'm getting the feeling that we probably got people that are hearing us, but they're stuck out there. So good thing we're going to send a replay. But not to waste any more of your time, why don't you go ahead and share with them the very special offer you're making to our group, and don't share a link. I'll put that tomorrow next to the replay.
No problem. So how would you like to have somebody do the research for you and show up on your desk with 60 different speaker needs every month? Now, they're not all going to be in your neighborhood, but in every issue, there will be stuff from your region. And this is
informational leader. It's called Speakertunity. And Speakertunity Speaker Leads gives you all kinds of different opportunities on local events and meetings of all different kinds of stripes, conferences, conventions, and lifestyles events, and associations, along with Centers for Spiritual Living and Unities, if you have a message that is with them. I also give you presentation-friendly bookstores, retreats, and resorts, and then every issue I focus on a featured organization. I say, go here to find your local chapters. And in addition to that, you get entree to a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, where I am putting in calls for speakers every single day that are perfect for you to jump on and try to take advantage of on a regular basis. Now, here's the good stuff. It's only $35 a month. It's a no-brainer. It takes, it's so simple and inexpensive, and they're just going to make your life so easy. I'm going to give you the name, the phone number, the email, and where you submit if there's a submission link. That's one. The next thing that I have is Speakertunity Radio Insider. And Speakertunity Radio Insider gives you direct contacts for transformational radio shows of all kinds and podcasts, and even business podcasts, people that are looking for success tools and great business opportunities of how to do whatever it is that's going to make people more successful, whether it's money mindset or whatever. So we give you 25 or more radio shows and podcasts every month. That's Speakertunity Radio Insider. And then the third one is Speakertunity Summit, which is where
Yay! 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 I'm getting excited.
for summits that have open guest presenter seats.
Mm-hmm.
You probably get these summits, they show up on your desk and you think, shoot, I should have been in that. It was perfect for me. Well, we're going to send them to you before it gets to that point. You're going to have opportunities to get on these summits. That shows up the first of every single month. I'm just wrapping up the one for this coming month, and I'm looking at it. There's about 25 open summits, and some of people that are looking to get acquainted, but they haven't got the dates, or they have an ongoing summit. And then lastly, we tell you ones that are already booked, but you might want to look at those and those organizations and see maybe if you want to reach out to those people individually.
Yeah.
So in other words, we try to aggregate all the good summit information in every single month. Now, each of those is $35 a month. But because you're in Raven's group, and I love Raven,
Thank you.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to try them all 1 month free. All you have to do is come in, try it out. If you like it, you stay. And if you don't like it, well, you just opt out. No obligations, no year-long commitments. It's just try it and see if you like it. And if you get good value, hey, stick around. And if you really like it, send me a testimonial. But we have people who do love it. We have people that have said, hey, I got 3 things in 3 months. Or the first day I got in, I got something off the Facebook page. And other people would say, I'm trying to plan my travel schedule, and this is a great tool because I can plan ahead and try to, fit my stuff into a particular market. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you that quarterly in Speakertunity Speaker Leads, you also get a quarterly roundup on a particular market. So it might be San Diego one time, and it might be Boston the next time, and it might be Denver the time after that. So our goal is to make your life easier so that you can get booked and get out there and really make yourself, a booking magnet. Now, just so you know, Speakertunity is the tool to get you on those. If at some point down the line you also need to know how to want to get more proficient at writing your speaker one sheet and that letter to the speaker booker and your radio TV pitch letter and the media kit and knowing some list building skills so that you can get on some of the summits that say, you have to have 5,000 or 6,000 or 10,000 in your list. We're going to give you some list building skills and then how to write the pitch to the summit host. And that is a program called Get Booked, and it's the Get Booked training. So that's the next step after you come into Speakertunity, start getting these, start playing with them, and then at any point that you want to come back to the Get Booked training program, I would love to have you. And we would love to have you as part of the Speakertunity family for whichever of these makes sense for you, any or all of them. And, we'll let you decide which one feels good to you and where you can get the most value. So tomorrow, when you get the recording, Raven's going to give you a link to the 1 month free trial for Speakertunity.
Awesome. Well, shoo-hoo-hoo. I mean, that is so wonderful. I'm excited. I know everybody else is excited. So just you guys look for the email tomorrow. Probably will get in your inbox between 12 and 2 Pacific at the latest. I will, depending when Peggy gets in, I will send you a text and say, check your inbox, sign up for Jackie's gift right now and get your free month. But here's the thing, right, Jackie? Let's speak on this before we let you go. Don't sign up and you're not ready to do it, because then you just wasted the 30 days. And here's the thing, I want you to sign up. You guys have all talked to me about wanting more speaking engagements. And people ask me all the time, Raven, you're all over the doggone place. And that's because I will jump in and I'll take opportunities and carve out that time to do it. Now, she spoke about how important it is. You got to carve out some time. This isn't going to work for you. Nothing works for you if you don't put in that effort, right, Jackie? So go in there, sign up, but then dive in. Carve out, what would you say, Jackie, just to be able to soak in the information there and not just listen or read it, but also implement? Would you say they need to carve out 30 minutes a day or one day on the weekend, or
just make it a good 3 hours a week?
Yeah, and it's worth it. It's worth it, because you can break those 3 hours down, into, what is it, 30 minutes a day or 45 minutes a day or an hour a day for 3 days. And I know a lot of times, Jackie, you might get this too. I do when I tell people when they sign up for my class, well, 3 hours, where am I going to get 3 hours? Well, I recommend, look at where you're wasting 3 hours now. That's a great place to start. Get off of Facebook for a minute. Get off of this for a minute. There's usually more than an hour a day that we all, including me, and I'm pretty good at this, but I waste. So look at the time where you're wasting, instead of looking at, oh my God, I'm so full, how am I going to fit this in? I invite you to flip the script on that and say, okay, what have I been wasting my time on? What can I fit in? And don't rule out your radio show. Let me say that.
You don't have to do it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Do it 1 hour a day for 3 days during the week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
give it a concentrated hour. One other thing you should know is that if you stay on with Speakertunity, all of your tip sheets will be in your archive. So you can download them as you need them. But if you want to go back and put previous issues, they're all going to be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you stay on the system.
Yeah.
So, you can thumb through and see what's there. And if you miss an issue, you can just go back and do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys, you can work it out. Either way, you can work it out. Jackie, this has been great. I'm sorry, I think we're having technical glitches. I'm getting a few people that are saying that they're not able to mute in, so I apologize for that.
Let me just give you also, I have an email. So if people have...
No. I'm going to put, Jackie, I'm going to put everything in the email. Let me put everything in the email. Okay. Because I'm going to put the replay and I'm going to put all that in there. Because all I'm going to do is get different people asking me, what is she saying stuff? So this is the way we generally do it. Okay. So you guys, you will get the link, and then if you have a problem registering with the link, you'll get her email. Make sure you say on there, Ravens, you're part of Ravens Amazing Women and Men of Power family. But the link will take you there.
When you go to register,
Mm-hmm.
there is a confirmation email that you need to do. And if it doesn't show up right away, then check your spam. Because sometimes that's how things get hold up. And I just don't want anybody not to receive what we want them to have.
Yeah, well, my people are really good on letting me know when they don't get it. So I will let you know. But thank you for putting that out there. And then, Jackie, if there's anything I need to put with my email, it's not going out till tomorrow noon. My email, just send it to me and I'll make sure it's in there. Okay, final wrap up. Your best tip that you forgot to share. Oh my God, you're like, I forgot to share this. Take it away. You shared it all, huh?
Even if you don't feel as confident as if when you're on stage. If you
Mm-hmm.
have that little bit of trepidation, act as if. And remember one other thing. They're not there to judge you. You're there to serve. And you are helping people when you're on stage. So you have to flip the mindset that, about being afraid to be on stage because they're judging you to, I am here to help them. I'm here to serve. And that I know they're going to embrace.
All right. Is anybody want to mute in real quick? If you're there and you muted in and you want to say anything, go ahead, because we're going to get ready to let her go. And then I'll do my 3-minute wrap up on the call. And I apologize if you guys are still having technical glitches, but I'm glad I recorded this on a different thing. They may be having some free conference.
Raven?
Yeah.
This is Claudia.
Hey.
I'd love to share with her that this was so professional and like going to a 5-star conference. I really appreciate that she gave us really mostly her cart full, or it felt like she did. I'm so excited to get that email and to kind of see what her next step is that she has there. So thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. And Claudia is a great speaker, so I know she's going to enjoy that. Anybody else before we go?
This is Ida. I want to thank you for all of that powerful information. I'm a writer, so I wrote everything down that I could get. So I'm looking forward to the taping so that I can review it. And this was really some great information. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anyone else before we go? Okay. I guess we lost all our guys. Doc, Fred, Peter, Reggie. Or either they're the ones that's having a hard time. Hey, Peter.
Great information. Look forward to the email.
Awesome.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate that.
Okay, Jackie, well, Oh, go ahead.
Hi, Raven. This is Kimberly.
Hey.
I just want to say that this information was truly of value. I had my first speaking engagement a couple weeks ago in front of city officials, and so I was definitely a nervous time, but I got through it, and that was my first one down. So I'm really looking forward to joining and getting that email and really do a lot more speaking engagements. This is really great.
All right.
Fabulous.
Anyone else? Last call for alcohol.
I guess I do have one question, maybe. Speaking engagements, do people seem to be more oriented to how-tos or philosophy?
Oh, good question.
Like, do they want to know mechanics or do they want to know, law of attraction kind of philosophy?
At this point, they're much more into how to. They've gotten so much theory, they've heard it, and it's kind of like, show me how. How do I get from the idea to the concept, to the implementation?
Perfect. Thank you.
I think so too, Jackie. I mean, everybody, I feel like, you can always sprinkle a little motivation, inspiration, but one of the things that you guys enjoyed, and one of the first thing I told her when she finished was how there was no bunch of junk in there. She got right down to what we needed, So, a lot of times, and you can chime in on this, Jackie, what I found is you really just have to be prepared to customize it to whatever group you're speaking at. And don't be afraid to, just like you asked that question to her, if you connect with someone and they hire you, be sure to spend some time in their Facebook group, ask them, how can you spend time finding out more about their community? And then you get a feel, okay, it looks like I need to probably at least spend a good 3 minutes on making the mindset shift and then diving into it, or I need to go straight for it. Like I told Jackie, hey, you're speaking with with talk show hosts that, they're coaches and they're experts and they want to get on more stages. So she brought us exactly what I wanted. So again, Jackie, let's give it up for Jackie, guys. Lapin, all that bag of chips and some M&Ms on the side. Yay. Absolutely. All right, Jackie, thank you. Okay, guys, so as a wrap up, just remember that you will get the recording. tomorrow between noon. If I can get it sooner, I will, but I will text you guys like I usually do and say, check your inbox, okay? And go ahead and sign up and be prepared to dive in. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, well, it's the holiday, and the holidays are great, guys. And we're in our quarter, the last quarter, where we talk about how you end one year is how you start the next. So depending on how you want next year to be, like next year will be my biggest speaking career. I opened up those opportunities 3 months ago. I put it out in the universe, and then right away I got a email from Kelly and Steve asking me to MC. Then I've gotten a couple other things. So just put it out there. Your first step is making the decision and put it out there. When you get that email, go ahead and register. You got the first month free. Then after that, it's only $35. And don't worry about, how can I fit another payment in? Again, you guys just have to do the things that's going to get you to where you want. Having a radio show, or in our case, talk show, radio show, that's definitely a huge notch on your belt, especially being part of Amazing Women and Men of Power, where we've had Oscar winners and everybody else on our network. The other thing is you want to sprinkle it and add on to there, doing a Facebook Live, even if it's just once a week, but get consistent, and it doesn't have to be long. Do 5 or 6 minutes. I love Claudia Cooley and Anna. They do it really short, and then lead them to your radio show, okay? Then the next thing that you want to do is, and we'll be talking about this in future months, put together a Facebook fan page, and then drive your listeners, your streamers, everybody to then. But if you want to speak, you got to go out there and own your space in the world. And like Jackie, she can hook you up with, most people that are radio hosts, we don't get on enough radio shows. Get on more people's radio shows. Number one, you can talk about what your expertise is. And if it's okay with the host, some people like it, some don't, you can ask them if they would at least just have it in your bio, the name of your radio show, executive producer and host of your show, even though you're coming on as an expert consultant or whatever you do. And then, of course, after you're on their radio show or after you're on the telesummit, and especially nowadays, most people will pre-record it unless they're live stream. If you know they're pre-recording, let me tell you, one of Raven's secret sauce has always been my secret sauce. That's the perfect time for you to say, hey, I really enjoyed being on your show or being on your telesummit. And I noticed that you do a couple live events. Or you do a live event once a year. I would love to be part of that. I would love for it if you would consider me the next time you're looking for speakers. And I'm open to doing 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you have. I would just love to have the opportunity. Put it out there. Because they may be just saying, damn, somebody just good. Huh? Okay, go ahead, Jackie. Okay, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So back at you, girl. So just put it out there, and you will be able to get the opportunities. And then when you get into her back office of her program, just look for certain stuff. Don't be overwhelmed. Look for the piece you need. The first piece that she spoke about, right? So she has something back there dealing with your websites or dealing with your media sheets. I know we're going to be adding some stuff into the membership about media sheets and stuff too. So you guys want to stay plugged in to what's coming to AWOP's membership every month. I'm not going to say every month. We're going to load enough stuff in there at the beginning, and it will be sectioned off so you'll know exactly where you're going to, and each level will have their own access. But you'll be able to get software in there. We've got software to where you'll be able to find leads. We also are going to have what do we have? Facebook training in there that I've invested in, just some simple stuff that I, spent a few extra dollars for so that I can share it with you guys in there. And then when you have your session with me, I can take you deeper, but it will give you some basics on it. Depending on what level you are in the Mastermind, Elite, Gold, or Diamond, there'll be some things to help you with Facebook ads, Facebook fan pages and stuff. And we're just going to be putting a little different stuff in there every month or every other month, but that will be open this week too. So look out for that and start diving into that. And just a lot of good things coming, because we're expecting to have just our best year ever in 2018, and we want our radio hosts to do it as well. Final wrap up. Don't forget, you guys are kind of slacking off on your one-on-one session with me. Remember, you get one a month. If you're not in the gold or diamond, you get one a month, 15 minutes. Take advantage of that time, especially when you're able to get in the membership and get all this free training. You can go in there on your own and learn it, and you can come to me and say, Raven, I watched this, can you show me how to do this? Can you help me, do this? Or, sales, I'm the sales girl. I want to help you get to sales. I want to help you get the bottom line dollar, baby. So you guys, you don't just limit me helping you with radio stuff. Sure, that's what I do. But before I was Raven the Talk Show Maven, I was definitely Raven the Telephone Diva. And I can definitely make that cash register go cha-ching, cha-ching on sales. So you guys pick my brain on that stuff. So does anybody have any questions? If not, we're going to wrap up and call it a night. You good? Okay. You're welcome. And we'll be having some more Ask the Expert type calls coming up every month. We're going to have one definitely in November. And I don't know if we're going to have one in December because, by the way, guys, those of you that are new with us, usually the week of the 15th is the last week. And we'll get the calendar out so you guys will know. But somewhere in that week of the 15th and 20th will be the last week that we will do anything for Amazing Women of Power, except for your old show will just air because that's our slowest season and that's Raven's time. And I like for you guys to take advantage of that time where you can rest up, you can go through the membership training stuff, get caught up on some things that you need to wrap up. So I'm looking at the calendar now. So whatever shows that are into us on the week of the 18th, will be the last show. We're going to ask everybody to have your last show, no matter what day your show airs, to have everything uploaded to our Dropbox on the 18th. And whatever airs that week, that will be it until we come back on. And we usually are back in swing of things by January 8th. I usually like to take about 3 weeks resting off because I need it. All right, guys. Love and hugs to you. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful week. It's wrap up week. Okay. Bye-bye.